na ilikuwa sio kazi rahisi. Simulisikia iko makelele mingi, kwa sababu unajua kurekebisha kitu iko na watu wamezoea maneno hapo katikati, lazima upite na hawa kidogo ndio mambo iende sawa sawa. Ama ni aje jameni?
Akasema basi kama amekufa nitaita mzazi, tatafuta huyo mama niongee na yeye.
I as president will make sure that finally I will give her an explanation of what really happened and make sure that we bring this to a situation where, like her, like myself who have children, she too can be, her child can be accounted for.
Hadi leo, hadi sai tukiongea.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I've got two things to talk about. Number one, I want you to listen to something. I think this one will really irritate you, but please, I want you to listen to it. These are words that were spoken by the President of the Republic of Kenya during the last year's protest when a 12-year-old boy received 8 bullets. And then the President promised the mother that he's going to make sure that they get justice for their child. And then it came to it. What happened is that the President himself did not even take any action. So I want us to listen to this.
Mr. President, this boy, 12-year-old, took 8 bullets. 8 bullets into the body of a 12-year-old boy. What did you tell the mother of that boy?
That boy is alive, right?
No, it's not.
Kennedy Onyango died.
He's dead.
So he's the one who died?
Yes.
So you're not talking about the person who was shot?
Kama watoto wetu wanachukuliwa kama kuku, mayai ya kuku, sisi tutakuwa nini basi hapa Kenya? Hatuna viongozi. Imebaki ni Mungu, na ni Mungu peke yake ndio kiongozi yetu. Mzidi mkituombe. Wamama tunapitia uchungu. Kennedy Onyango alikuwa tumaini yangu. Lakini kwa sasa Mungu atabaki kuwa tumaini yangu. Juu sioni hali yoyote. Sioni haki yoyote ikipatikana. Hadi mimi hapa nilipigiwa simu na Dennis Itumbi akiniambia rais anataka kuongelesha mama. Nikashika simu akaongea, akaniambia mama Kennedy habari yako. Nikamwambia sio mzuri hata kidogo. Akaniambia sawa nimesikia na nimeona nitakuita. Tukae chini tuongee na nimekisua haki ya huyo mtoto imepatikana na nitakufanyia vile mimi nasafanyiwa kama mzazi. Nawaambia saini 1 year. Hakuna kitu imefanyika kwa hii Kenya. Msidi mkituombe. Hadi yote nitulipewa, hadi yote nilipewa. Hakuna imefanyika. Kama sio Mungu. Kama sio Mungu. Mimi ni saa zingine nafikiria mimi nikichaa juu nikitembea nafikiria Kennedy. Nastuka nimelia, sijui nalia, nastuka naongea peke yangu.
So that is what I want us to talk about, another story. But before we do that, please, I will just remind you that if at all we are meeting for the first time, don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also like, you can share, you can drop me a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think and where you're watching this video from. Thank you very much, people like Lillian, people like Billion, people like Jefferson Siringa, people like Caroline, people like Pau Trinity, guys, people like Fox. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Sante Sana JBs. You're doing a very wonderful job. I cannot fail to appreciate you guys for the wonderful work that you are doing. You're really doing a good job. Please, if you're meeting for the first time, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to like, because by liking this video is going to reach a lot of people, and we are going to get a lot of comments and a lot of people's different views concerning what is happening in the country right now. Now, getting back into the discussion, as I've told you that I've got 2 things to talk about. The number one thing is the story that I've just played. A 12-year-old boy who received 8 bullets in Rongai. The president, according to the mother, you've listened to the mother explained that according to the statement, Itumbi himself called the mother and told the mother that the president wanted to talk to her, and then after talking, the president promised her that they're going to make sure that they get justice for the child. And up to date, nothing has ever happened. Nothing. And remember, this is the same person who is telling us that he was sent to come and deliver Kenyans. So my question is this: if you are really sent to come and deliver Kenyans, you are sent to come and deliver Kenyans from what? You want to bring change. Which change? What people expect is not what you're doing. You're doing a totally different from maybe what people expect you to do. As a president of a nation or as a leader of the nation, you should be maintaining your word. If you say that you are going left, let you go left. People want to see, what people want to see is you doing what you said. Like, keep your promise. That is it. It is as simple as that. Just keep to your word. Stick to your word. If you say that you're going to build houses, please, can you just build houses? Gaining the trust of Kenyans is not that much difficult. That is one thing I know. That gaining the trust of Kenyans is not difficult. It is only that what these guys do, they refuse to do what they promise. That is why sometimes you find that Kenyans are agitated. Kenyans are angry. You find that Kenyans they're normally angry with what these guys say, because they don't keep to their promises. So suppose they were keeping to their promises, I don't think if there will be any problem right now. At this moment, there will be no problem at all. That is one thing I'm sure of. That if at all maybe these people just maintain that we're keeping to their words, then all these problems that we are seeing up and down, all this blah blah, we'll have not seen them. But the problem is they say what they can't do. There is no need of promising people what you know very well that you cannot deliver. If you can't deliver, there is even no need of coming to ask for votes. Because you'll come to ask for votes, you'll promise Kenyan things, Kenyans will elect you, and then after electing you, you end up not doing anything, any of them. So are you seeing? So the president, I saw him saying that he's not threatened. Nobody's threatening anybody here. People are just requesting for what they're supposed to request. In fact, it's not a request. People are demanding for what you're supposed to do to them. Suppose you did all these things, all these dramas that we're seeing will have not happened. That is one thing I believe and I know. Are you seeing? So, that kind of story. And how many people have been promised? That is a question. That how many people have been promised the compensation and they've never been compensated? The other time you had Raila Odinga opening his mouth and saying that all those people that died during the last year's protest, their family is supposed to be compensated. We keep on talking about compensation every now and then. We keep on talking about, Mara, we need to do compensation. People need to be compensated if you lose. So right now they take it very easy, like just lose your child or just lose your family member and then we'll compensate you. That is exactly what happened with Albert Ojwang. When Albert Ojwang's father came public to say that the president had called him. It is, let me just say this, that whenever we see things like this happening, it means that this government, they know how to buy Kenyans. Let me use that word. Like, they really know how to buy Kenyans. Because they know, after all, this is what will happen, and after this, we know how we'll bring them on board. So I really don't know whether we'll reach that point whereby Kenyans will say that we don't want this, we want this is what we want, this is what we need to do. I don't think if we reach that point, if at all maybe we'll get up to into that point, it will take us time. Just the same way it takes time for a child, when a child is born, it takes time for that child to walk or to start eating. And when that child is born, that child must stay, in bed for quite some time, being carried for quite some time, and then start crawling. After crawling, that process, the process of now an unborn fetus turning into a child, and then is being made into the womb of the mother, and then after 9 months, the child comes out, and then there is also another process of this child, before he or she walks. Up to that point, and after walking, also eating. You can't give birth to a child and expect to give that child githeri immediately. There is a process. So that is what I'm trying to say, that if at all maybe we will have change, then it's going to take us. It's a process, and the process starts within me and you. We Kenyans are the people that are supposed to make this change, because if we don't do it, then nobody is coming to do it for us. Another thing, and one thing that I come to understand, that we are seeing a lot of people shouting. People are shouting one time, people are shouting tano kumi bila break, ama tano tena. I want us to understand the difference here. I'll explain this, but let me just say it. there is something that I've come to understand. That you see these people that are shouting that Kumi Bila break. Those are two categories of people. Category number one is the category of people that are normally being bought. Like they're being given some little token, 200, 1,000, 2,000, so that whenever they go to a crowd where the president is, they start shouting Kumi Bila break. That is group number one. Group number two are the people that are employed. You know, an employed person, somebody who is employed doesn't care. That is one thing I know. That somebody who is earning he knows very well that he or she knows very well that at the end of the month, I will have my salary. I will have it. Unlike somebody who doesn't have. So somebody who has a salary will just say, Kumi Bila break, because at the end of the day, there is nowhere that is being affected, though everybody is affected, but there is nowhere that is seriously being affected. So whether you elect RUTO or you don't elect William Ruto again is none of their business. And then the second category of people who shout one term are the jobless people, are bitter Kenyans who are bitter with this government, Kenyans who knows what really suffering is. You and I, as we're watching this video, you really know what it means to sleep hungry. You know what it means to lack even 1,000 Kenya shillings. You know, 1,000 Kenya shillings right now is nothing. If you have 1,000 Kenya shillings, you don't have money. Don't count yourself as one of the people that have money. You don't have money. That is not something that you can brag and say that you have money. No, that is not money. 1,000 shillings right now is not money that you can brag and say that you have money. So are you seeing the things? Story number two is about Sakaja. And before I talk about Sakaja, I've had Peter Kaluma saying something concerning the Wednesday's protest. And this is what Kaluma is saying, that my children will not join the Wednesday demonstration. I see no need of our people to be on the streets instead of participating to elevate to relevant institutions and necessary actions. Sometimes I fail to understand these people. Anyway, let me read this one of Sakaja. Sakaja is saying that I urge all Kenyans and the people of Nairobi to reject violence and criminal behaviors as they take to the streets this coming week. I have spoken to the commander of the police to assure peaceful demonstrations that they will be protected as they express their rights. Now, my question is, Sakaja is saying that we should reject violence and use of and bad behavior. So my question has been this: the last year's goons, almost all of them confessed that they were sent by Sakaja. Swale Sonko said that, in fact, Swale Sonko has been Sakaja's bodyguard. He has been Sakaja's right-hand man for a very long time. So who sent Swale? He was not sent by Sakaja. He was sent by somebody else. Let's assume that way. That he was not sent by Sakaja, he was sent by somebody else. You know, these guys, whenever they speak, I don't know whether they think that it's normally easy, you know, for people to just believe what they say, that you just come out publicly and open your mouth and say anything and then people believe what you say. That is what they think. They think it's that easy. Yeah? You know, unless you prove yourself, and maybe unless you prove yourself not guilty. But at this point, everybody believes and everybody knows that the majority of the goons that are within Nairobi County or in Nairobi town are Sakaja's goons. This is what he's saying. I have never and will never sponsor violence of any kind. My entire political life has been anchored by Siasa Safi, and my record speaks for itself. These accusations are of disparate attempts by well-known individuals whose political careers are marked by violence and chaos. They have gone as far as hiring goons to come and infiltrate a protest and say that I am the one who sent them, so as to tarnish my name and gain political mileage. So my question is, why would somebody tarnish your name because of out of violence? But I don't think there is something fishy going on with Sakaja. But okay, even if he's not working alone, there is a force. There is somebody that is working with Sakaja, and Mark Yu is going to leave Sakaja in a very bad state. Like Sakaja will not be able to withstand the outcome. After all, guys, that is just my thought, and that is all I have for today. Let me also know what you think in the comment section. And a reminder that if at all we are meeting for the first time, don't forget to tell me what you think and where you're watching this video from. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Professor Winner. Bingo.